Hey guys, oftentimes when people are creating digital products, they often use PowerPoint slides. And a lot of times when people are watching PowerPoint slides, they get death by PowerPoint, so they kind of start nodding off because the PowerPoints are really boring. Now, if you want to be able to have your audience engaged and you want them to be able to continue to watch your videos, then the best thing you can do is check out these little tips that I'm going to be giving you today, and I'm going to be showing you how it's done. Right, so if you'd like to learn a little bit more about that, stick around to the end. Hey, I'm Henry and I'm from Product Creation Formula. Here at Product Creation Formula, we love to give you tips and tricks to be able to help you create your products quickly and easily. Along with that, we also do product reviews, as well as tips on how to make money online. So if that sounds interesting to you, how about you smash the like button, as well as subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. All right, guys, let's go check it out. Now, if you were looking at a PowerPoint presentation and you took it from, say, for example, the beginning, and then you just saw something as basic as this coming up on the screen, you would very quickly lose interest and very quickly lose attention of your audience. Not just from you, but anybody else watching it will go, oh, and start falling asleep, primarily because there's nothing going on the screen, nothing to keep their attention. So I'm going to be showing you a few little tips on how you can actually improve this. Now, over here, what I would normally do, the first thing I would do, if I'm going to go from slide to slide, is I would click on this one, holding down the control key. I would then click over on the left-hand side, you see where that's highlighted. Holding down the control key, I would then highlight over the top of all of these. Then I would go over here to transitions, and then I would hit morph. And that's going to allow me to go from one screen to another. Now, very quickly, let's go over here to the slideshow section, and we'll have a quick look at what that's like. Okay, boring screen, but it morphs very nicely and looks very nice when you do that. So that's the first thing I would do. As you can see, there's a little bit of motion going on. There's a little bit of activity. It's a little bit less boring and a lot more engaging. So let's now go through and have a look at what else we can do. What else I would do in this particular case is I would look at the heading and I'd say, okay, I need to add some animation now. I'd go to the animation pane, animation area, and then I would hit over here, see where it says animation pane. I'd click on that. And then I usually do fly in, but I've actually discovered wipe in is a really, really lovely one to do. So I click on that. And I also make sure I change the direction from up and down to from left. Then I also slow it down just a little bit by increasing the number just here where it says duration. Increase that number to about 1.5. Now watch what happens when you do this. We're going to go over to the slideshow, go from beginning, and we hit that, and it's the ultimate PLR editing course. So you've got that to start with, and then you go there. Now, if I was to go on to the next screen, you can go here, and what I would do is I would highlight over the top of all of these. Now, in this case, I would probably use fly in because fly in is my favorite when it comes to this kind of thing. So I would then go fly in. Once again, I would do it from the same direction, which is coming from the left. Now, that being the case, what I would also start to do is do it all on click. But in this particular case, on the very first one over here on the right-hand side, I would then click on this and make start with previous. Now, let me show you what that looks like when we transition from one slide to another. So I'm going to go from beginning. Okay, so it flies in. I didn't make this one go with previous, so it has to go with click right now, but I can make it with previous. Now, watch what happens when I go here. I hit with previous, and what happens is it now slides in. And then when I go hit the next one, it'll slide in, and it'll slide in, and then it'll slide in. And then we can then move over to the next frame. Okay, so let's go from there. From here, what I would also do is I would then, going over here to the first one, I would then highlight over the first three. And over here on the right-hand side, do you see how they're all highlighted? I'd go to this little drop-down box. Then I'd go over here to Effect Options. And over here, you see where it says after animation, it says don't dim. I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to click on this one here, customize the color, and then I'm going to hit OK. Now, if you have a look at this one should now, and we don't highlight this bottom one. Primary reason we don't do that is because when we go over to the next slide, we want it to not be going dim. We just want it to be able to go straight from here to the next slide without dimming. So let's have a quick look at what that looks like. So we have that come in, Ultimate PLA editing course. And then we have that first point come in straight away. And then when we do that, you see how it dims to a lighter color? And what that does is it allows your audience to maintain focus on the point that you're talking about. And as you go through, it edits down. And then when I go to the next frame, it goes straight over to the next frame and I don't have to go pushing the button too many times. So let's escape that. So let's move over to the next frame. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, but before I do, let's go back over here, get this one, and have that start with previous. And when we start the frame in the next, when we go to start it up again, you'll notice that it just flies in without me having to press a button. So now let's go over to the next frame, and we'll do the same thing again. I'm going to keep that up, and I'm not going to worry about changing it. I'm just going to highlight over the top of all of these. We're going to go over here to animation, and we're going to fly in. Once again, I'm going to make this come in from the left. If you do it from too many different directions, it becomes too distracting. So you're better off keeping it going the same direction and doing the same thing. Now remembering, we're going to hit everything on click, start on click, and then over the top one, I hit start with previous. And then I'm just going to highlight over the top of these three by holding down the shift key. Actually, I can just highlight over the top of it by just scrolling over the top of all three of those. And that then just does that. Once again, I go over here, go to effect options, go over here to this area here where I've got my little highlighted area. I just go custom and hit OK. Now, let's say, for example, it decides to come up for you. It decides to come up as pure white, and you don't want it to be pure white. Have a look at effect options. You can actually click on here. You can go to more colors, and then you can choose the color you want, which is what I had to do. Because if I choose the white color, watch what happens. It completely blanks out. And people can't, if they're taking notes, they can't go copying over the top of that. So instead, clicking on that, go to effect options. If I choose that darker color, slightly darker color, it still allows it to be there, but it's not as distracting. And it allows people to be able to see what's going on. Now, let's go and have a look at this from the beginning, from the slideshow, so you can see how that worked. Okay, did you see how that just came in and I didn't have to click on anything? We go over here to the next one. Now the first slide will come through with that. Then we'll have the next one come in. It then goes a little bit lighter in color. And then we just do that, and we can do that. And then it goes straight across to the next one. And the first one comes in, goes light, and does this. And you have the motion, which allows you to keep the engagement of your audience. And basically, it's just rinse and repeat from one screen to the next. Now, another thing I'm going to suggest is do not have any more than 4 to 5 points on any given screen. Otherwise, it becomes too cluttered and oftentimes looks like you're trying too hard to fit too much on the screen. If you have a lot of notes that you want to put in, my suggestion would be to go down to the bottom here and slide them right in here. Put all of your notes straight into that section there and then read those notes out. Now, if you are like me and you want to have, say for example, you want to be able to read it out on screen, you go over here to the primary monitor and watch what happens now. If let's say for example, I'm just going to just put in some gibberish here. From current slide, you can see I've got my gibberish right there. If I was reading out a script, I could read it as I'm going. And when each point changes, I can make a little note here somewhere saying that it needs to, that's where I need to change it, so that I can then follow along with my downward button, causing my points to slide in and slide out. I hope I made myself clear on that one, because it could have been a little bit confusing. So you put your notes in there and you can then read it out on the screen. If you have two monitors like me,
then you can have your entire screen highlighted up, and then you can also record it using a screen recorder like I do with my 𝗕𝗫𝗃𝗬, read it out, and then have it go out professionally looking. Or you can use an AI. You can actually use an AI voiceover, and you can use that. Another thing you can do is go over to Pictory and have your notes all inside of here, and in Pictory we'll literally take that and convert it to a video using the transitions that you already have set up inside of it. And this way you can add the voiceover as well, and it follows it along perfectly. I really hope that this has helped you to be able to create more engaging PowerPoint videos. All right, guys.
Hey, if you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not consider sharing, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of these tips. Also, to let you know that right here is a playlist of a video course that I've created. It's completely free. And right here is an image of my head. Now, if you want to click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.